This is Headbutts Unboxing, and we are back in the house to talk about that boy Terrence Crawford. And people keep pressing him about the Errol Spence fight, and it goes both ways. People press Errol about fighting him, but Crawford came out and he says, like I always tell people when they mention me and Errol Spence, of course I want to fight. Crawford said, I tell everybody that, but I always say, with or without him, I'm going to the Hall of Fame. When you look at all the things that I've accomplished in the sport of boxing, people that's in the Hall of Fame didn't even accomplish that, So I just tell people, I don't need him, he really need me. Now, that's a boxing scene article. Crawford, I don't need Spence going to the Hall of Fame with or without him. I'm not gonna read the whole article. But I agree with Terrence Crawford. He, it would be in his best interest to fight Errol Spence. But far as going to the Hall of Fame, he is already in. That's going to happen. A 3-division winner, 135, 140, 147. Possibly move up to 154 by the time it's all said and done. Possibly could unify 147. Possibly. I'm not saying he's done it. Possibly. Because, see, really, and I said this all along, let Spence do the hard work. Let him collect up the belts and bring them to you. That's how I see it happening, because I didn't see no way Bob Arum was going to have him fight Keith Thurman, have him fight Sean Porter, have him fight Danny Garcia, have him fight Errol Spence. That was too much work with Al Heyman and PBC for that to happen. But I could see him. I thought he was going to put him against Keith. I thought that was going to happen, but it didn't. But either way, you let Errol collect all the belts. But see, the only problem with that, if Errol walk into that fight with Crawford with 3 belts, that fight might not happen, because he ain't giving up no leverage. He's going to have all the leverage. He's going to say, I'm the A side, you go take what I give you, but whatever. But the point is, Crawford, as of right now, if that man was to retire right now, he would go into the Hall of Fame. He's not lying about that. That's not being arrogant. That's not being overconfident. If he was to retire this very second, he would go to the Hall of Fame. 3-division winner, 135, 140, 147. Forget what he could do. Just off of that alone, he would probably be a Hall of Famer. Then you take into the fact that he unified, undisputed unified champion at 140. He would go into the Hall of Fame. Now you could say, well, hold up, his resume is a little shaky, and it is. I mean, it could be better, but like I said, I'm just gonna pull off some of his biggest fights. A dangerous British Prescott, but that ain't nothing to sneeze at. He beat Ricky Burns 36-2-1. Beat an undefeated Yuri Gamboa. Now see, here's the thing. Like, we look at Gamboa now like, man, whatever. He fell off, blah 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 blah. But here's the thing. Gamboa only lost 2 fights his whole career. We really threw Gamboa in the trash. The man only lost 2 fights, and we carry him like he's lost like 5 or 6. But that's a whole nother video. And that's a 2-division winner, by the way, in Gamboa. He beat Ray Beltran, who's you could argue is a gatekeeper, but a gatekeeper who won a belt or 2. So I mean, he beat Derek John 29-1. He beat Hank Lundy, Victor Postol. Now, this is probably his biggest win with Victor Postol, far as how much hype his opponent had on him. Even though Victor Postol has taken a couple lumps since then. Well, actually, he only lost one more time. For some reason, I thought he lost like recently. Matter of fact, he did lose recently. Yeah, Josh Taylor last year, right? Okay, but it was a lot of hype on Victor Postol based off how bad he made Lucas Matisse look. So, I mean, you know, Postol was starting to rise in people pound for pound list. So, then you have John Molina, decent fighter. Felix Diaz, Golden Glove, amateur Golden Glove, Olympic gold medalist. For some reason, I thought Felix's career would have been a little better than what it's been so far. Then the Julius Indongo fight, even though that was the fight where you had all 4 belts on the line, and Indongo had 2, he had 2. That was a weird fight for me, because, you know, like, no hype was put on Indongo at all, and you had all the hype put on Postol. So, I mean, it was kind of weird, but you're talking about an undefeated fighter going into that fight who had 2 titles. So, I mean, Crawford has been in some big fights, maybe not with huge names. Then, of course, you had Jeff Horn, who had just beat Manny Pacquiao 2 fights before. Jose Benavidez was undefeated. Matter of fact, now see, here's the thing. When you look at the records of the people that Crawford fought, it looked rather impressive. He fought several undefeated fighters. Then, of course, you cap it off with Amir Khan, who most people say is a 2-division. No, Khan didn't win nothing at 147. All his stuff went at 140. So, yeah, I will be the first to say, even though he's fought several champions, clearly to get all these belts, his resume is a little shaky. But the accomplishments alone will get Crawford into the Hall of Fame. Like, it's going to happen. But that was the reason why he needed Amir Khan so bad, because he needed a big name on his resume. Now, depending on how Victor Postol's career ends out, that could be another big name. Maybe Indongo, but I think Indongo is just what he is. He's probably a decent fighter with a lot of advantages at the weight class he's in, and maybe he'll receive another title, but probably not. And that's pretty much it far as who Gamboa, his career probably written. I mean, Gamboa like 37 years old. So, I mean, far as him, if he needs Spence, he needs Spence right now, but he don't need Spence to get into the Hall of Fame. He is right about that. Like, no denying that. But you don't want your last handful of fights, because, you know, who knows, Crawford might only have like 5 or 6 fights left in him. You never know, depending on how far you want to go. But let's say he only fight 5 more times. You don't want your last 5 fights to be against, just regular dudes. Especially when most people will look at your resume and say that's all you fought is regular dudes. So we'll see. But Terrence Crawford is a Hall of Famer. Just like I know a lot of people go be mad for me saying this. Adrian Broner's a Hall of Famer. I mean, it is what it is. 4 weight divisions. The youngest person to do it too. Yeah. Whether you hate him or like him, Adrian Broner's a Hall of Famer. Yeah. But anyway, this is Head Bustin' Boxing's Fight Doctor. If you would like to make a donation to the channel, go to the home page and hit the PayPal button in the right-hand corner. If not, you can also do it by going to the video description and click on the link below. If you would like to help grow the channel, whether it's 50 cents, $1, $2, $10, 20, whatever, every little bit helps. And hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know, is Terrence Crawford losing his mind? Is he a Hall of Famer right now? And does he need a Errol Spence Jr. to get into the Hall of Fame? I say no, he don't. Based off of his own accomplishments at this point, He's a Hall of Famer. But anyway, this is Head Bustin' Boxing's own fight doctor. I am out.